the scene where Jenga's head gets cut off
by Mace Windu,
and Bubba was holding his head, like that hurt for some reason to watch that. Like,
well, you said you had a problem with kids and stuff in movies.
I do, and I mean it's like I couldn't imagine. Like in that moment, I just imagined my son seeing something violent like that. Like it would just be
It's almost like this
heart-wrenching.
But in a way,
you didn't need to put that.
But in a way,
to me,
your kid would have seen you going out in one of the most badass ways possible.
Sam Jackson.
A head cut off by Sam Jackson with a lightsaber while you're wearing bounty hunter armor.
I think that would have made me hate Sam Jackson. But
it's almost like the movie was like almost like made by a sociopath, like
someone who doesn't understand people, like what people react to. I guess, like
because it's like I guess I can't relate to that specifically, but
it's still pretty horrifying.
But like when you say it, I'm like, oh yeah. If it was like me and my dad, that's something I can relate to. That's like scarring and like.
And it's not like it's not like Django just got stabbed with like Qui-Gon did. He got his head cut off,
and he's holding the head. And the whole time I kept thinking the head was gonna pop out.
So there's one thing that I saw online where if it happens really quickly, but when the head actually gets cut off, you see the helmet land, but you can see a shadow of the head actually flying out of the helmet. So that's why it never does that.
Oh.
So it's like one of those things like things you might have missed in this movie or whatever. Yeah. And that was... It's still, yes. So it's even worse he saw the head on the ground.
Since we're on this scene, can I just say I hate the whole Coliseum scene?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
That's like the window scene from the first one, like 2. It's like the sequel. Like, it's everything is CGI... except for people. Well, most of the people are CGI too. It's so unengaging. It's so ugly to look at. It's all just orange.
There's 2 things I want to nitpick about it, and then I have a big issue with that whole scene. Nitpicky thing is one of the creatures, the one that they all ride on, it changes scale throughout the scene.
Okay, I didn't notice.
I did notice that. Yeah.
It comes out really big in that. And then it changes slightly at one. There's one shot where it's really small, and one where it gets a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But so that's a little bit nitpicky. The other one is when Anakin puts the friggin' chain around his mouth. This is a little too getting into the science of it, maybe. But he's acting like his reins and that. And first of all,
he broke the thing like in 5 seconds.
Yeah, this is a wild animal.
It's made to kill.
They have animals in that scene that are specifically acting as horses.
Yeah,
like this. Like so, it's like this is obviously something that can't be tamed. And also,
but Anakin's so good. Obi-Wan's holding him back. A chain,
he's
so good.
A chain in the mouth isn't the same thing as like a bit and bridle and all that. Like it's not going to control the animal. So that was the nitpicky things. My big issue with the whole scene, and it's a bit leading up to it, is freaking C-3PO in that scene.
Yeah, he kind of even beforehand when they're in the factory, like
the factory. It's like, I'm adding the factory into this.
But like that's like it feels like Jar Jar's not in this. We have to have some comic relief. People seem to like C-3PO from the original. Let's have him do some funny thing, and it's just like
But like that factory is almost like set up like. Have you seen like when Anakin gets his arm stuck in the thing too?
Yeah.
It's like, what are they making right now? It's literally just like a death trap.
It fits his hand perfectly.
But then it gets chopped in half.
Yeah, like
what are they making?
I don't know. And also the factory was all CGI too, so like more CGI.
Someone needs to make like the object that this factory's making, or like
I think they're making robots, aren't they?
That's what it is. It's a droid processing.
So
the whole factory scene reminded me of like the Home Improvement Super Nintendo game where it's just like,
oh god, I didn't even know you played that.
It's like just like. It felt like a 2D side-scrolling game where it's like, avoid the hammer.
Oh yeah, and
collect the coins.
And if you ever needed help to know where to go, you look at the instruction manual. It says men don't use instructions, and you never know what to do.
No, the factory scene, bar none, that was my least favorite scene of the whole movie. I remember thinking that the whole time, I'm just like, this. You just could have cut this out and the movie.
Yeah, I wish they cut the Coliseum scene out too. Yeah. I didn't like the Coliseum scene.
So just the logic of like when. So they capture these people, these Jedis, and instead of just lobbing their heads off, they bring them give them a fighting chance when they know what they're capable of. Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
I wrote.
Okay, you have something to say? Or?
I wrote down it seems like a bad idea for political assassination, but I know now they weren't actually trying to assassinate Padme. So.
The more you know. But yeah, the thing I have a problem with, it goes into Revenge of the Sith too, is that like the clones, they essentially just look like stormtroopers, right? They're essentially just stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just make a couple of clone armor suits? Every single one is CGI. There's no physical, and then like they look like PS2 characters to me. Like they look like they're from the Clone Wars TV show. And there's such an easy filmmaking way to do that is you get some you actually make the suits, you get a couple extras in them, and if you want to do a big shot of like if you see the army, have the money shot ones like up front with the good armor, and then you CGI to fill out the back ranks because they're further back, and you won't notice them as much. But everything is CGI. There's shots where it's like there's no actual people on screen; it's all CGI. Yoda talking to the commander, and the background is all CGI. It's like, is this an animated movie now? Like
it was very bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Side note, the 3 monsters in the Coliseum. If you had a choice, which one would you want to fight?
Someone will have to remind me.
I don't remember what any of them look like.
One looked like a big praying mantis. That was the one fighting Obi-Wan.
Okay.
One looked like almost like a dinosaur with like 3 horns on its head. That was the one that Anakin was riding on. And another one looked like a really creepy kind of like cat like thing. It had like way too many teeth.
I'll take the cat. I'll take the cat.
Okay.
This is one you want us to have for pets, right? Is that what you said?
No, which one? If you were in the Coliseum, which one would you want to be?
Oh, I wouldn't fight anyone. I'd wait for a bunch of Jedi to die and then hide under their bodies.
I mean, okay. Thanks for breaking the game, Kyle.
What? That's what I would do in this scenario.
Well, okay.
No, you know what I would have done? I would have undone my hands, climbed up to the top of a pillar somehow, and had my shirt half ripped off.
Does that happen in the movie?
Yeah, that happens to
Padme.
Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah.
Another part of the Coliseum that I thought was a little bit weird was when a Jedi lands in front of Count Dooku. He's about to take him out, and Jango shoots the Jedi. And then you see Jango do like this gun flip and all that, and then holster the gun, which was the lamest thing ever. I thought, but
I like that in spirit though.
I liked it in
like an Old West thing.
But I think the one thing that made it like 10 times worse was they like put sound over it. Like there was like a sound effect over it where like the gun was like whooshing as he was like spinning it around. And I was just like, yes, exactly. What other things? Oh, when Yoda lands the dropship or whatever
with all the CGI clones,
his speech pattern would make him a really bad leader.
I was going to say that. Go around and make perimeter, you will. Like, he would be really bad. He's not a good military commander.
Yeah. So why does he talk like that?
I think it's just part of his race. I think. Okay. I've never seen another of his race in Star Wars. It probably is. I just haven't seen it.
Do you know what's? I can't. Oh, I'm so mad. Oh, right here. We never brought it up last time. I actually looked this up. I have an article here about his speech pattern, and
an unusual way of speaking Yoda has.
Apparently, it's only unusual because of the English language. A lot of different languages, it's put like it's
like French. French is you say, it's reverse of English. Yeah.
So it's
no, it's interesting.